be able to travel that road. Please do keep in mind that no one will be allowed to go into the impact zone where the tragedy has occurred, but we will be able to go along the road. Please drive very carefully. There's some road work still going on there. So once again, we have access starting at 6 p.m. tonight for residents, for first responders and employees in the area, and then everyone starting tomorrow from 6 a.m. until 10 p.m. will be able to travel like normal as we go about our lives. I will say this then, 10 p.m. till 6 a.m. each night. We will also, again, go back just to basic, absolutely necessary travel for people who are residents and first responders, okay? We'll print all this up for everyone so they understand it completely, but we're trying to get back to normal so that people's lives can begin to, in some ways, be reconnected to the other side of the island. Next, I'd like to talk a little bit about housing. The response has been large on housing. As we know, hundreds of families and thousands of individuals have lost either their home that they own or their place that they've been renting, and we have to get everyone situated. So, to that end, we have over 500 hotel rooms already up and going. At the Royal Lahaina, we already have 331 people in those hotel rooms. We filled that hotel up right away, but we have a 500-plus hotel room inventory for individuals who have been affected. We also have 473 listings in the state with our Hawaii Fire Relief Housing Program. This is going to be very helpful because this will be for some individuals who are displaced and also a lot of first responders who are going to have to be in the area and the region for some time. Also, we have an Airbnb program that will have over 1,000 available rooms or houses for people to go into. All this will be covered by FEMA. We'll be supportive too. We want everyone to be able to leave the shelters and go into stable housing, which is going to take a very long time. If you want to get into these programs, into these units, you go and sign up with the Red Cross. So whether you're at a Red Cross facility now, or if you're in a car somewhere, you should also go drive over there and sign up. We have a lot of people from our team on the ground to help the Red Cross, and many people have worked on this program. So I want to thank them all from the county through our experts here in the governor's office. So these are some of the main things I wanted to share with you. These programs are going to be a bridge back toward ultimate reconstruction and rebuilding. But something's important that I need to share, and some people have misconstrued it. What is also of fundamental importance to us is protecting the land. Protecting the land for our local people. Some people took out of context a comment I made a day or two ago about purchasing land. That is to protect it for our local people so that it's not stolen by people on the mainland. So I've asked my Attorney General to watch for predatory practices, and we will be embedding attorneys who are going to work pro bono for our people, Maui attorneys for Maui's people, to be at our joint response centers available to all of us. So if people have someone reach out to them to try to get their land, we will be able to get expert legal advice so that doesn't happen. We'll also be raising incredible amounts of resources to protect us financially so that none of that land does fall into anyone else's hands. This is not ever about the government getting land. This is the people's land, and the people will decide what to do with Lahaina. I want to reassure you. I spoke with someone who is dear to all of us this morning, and that's one of our superstar heroes, The Rock, who also was sharing with me his desire to see this land stay in the hands of the people. We agreed completely on that. I was really impressed by his passion for our loved ones here in the state of Hawaii, which he, of course, has many family members here. This is what our goal is. Our goal is to have a local commitment forever to this community as we rebuild. So we will be making sure that we do all that we can to prevent that land from falling into hands of people from the outside. It's not easy to do in some cases, but I do want to send this message out to the world. If someone behaves in a predatory fashion towards one of the people that are suffering right now, who have lost their loved ones or lost their home, lost their rental, and they try to buy land out from under them, you can be sure I will not be allowing anyone to build or rezone or do anything of that sort if they've taken advantage of anyone here. Rebuilding will be for our local people. We'll work with the world, and we so appreciate the incredible generosity. That generosity demonstrates that most, 99.999% of everyone who has watched these telecasts and this crisis unfold wants to support and love the people of Maui and Hawaii. But it's my job to look out for those who might take advantage. And that's why I make that comment specifically about protecting the land. It will have to be cured and healed after we've seen the destruction of the fire, the metals and the chemicals that went into the land, and that's also something that we're beginning. As I mentioned earlier, we have a large force of people here on the ground. We now have 416 people from FEMA, 273 specifically from the National Guard as well, 185 in the emergency response with 20 dogs, finding those who have suffered. 101 lives have now been lost. 27% of the survey has been completed. I spoke with the president this morning. We speak often. He and Jill Biden extend their absolute love and heartfelt regrets about the tragedy that's occurred. They're heartsick that we've lost these 101 souls. They will come to be with us. If President Biden could just teleport himself over, he would have come here in 5 seconds. I've never seen such dedication in a president who within 6 hours dedicated his time to determine that this was an emergency and to commit full repair, full reconstruction for our people here in Hawaii. So President Biden and I will work out a time for him to come when the tough work is done, when the heartbreaking work is done on the ground, finding those we've lost. He was so sensitive about that. He did not want to interfere with the incredibly difficult emotional and physical work that goes on in a disaster zone. So in the coming weeks, we'll be joined by the president, as we have been by Senator Schatz and Senator Hirono. Our congressional delegation has been reaching out to us or been there on the ground. Everyone wants us to repair this wound, but it's going to take time. In the coming days and weeks, we'll update you constantly. We make adjustments occasionally when some of our policies don't work immediately for people, but please be aware, with now over 1,000 responders on the ground from across the globe, with the loss of innumerable houses for those who even were fighting the fire, or the police department, even people that are in the cabinet posts that we've mentioned before on the county level, they're still all working. And we're going to do all we can to, like I said, support everyone with housing. We'll support them with finances. Reach out to FEMA, sign up for unemployment insurance. If you've lost your home, we'll have people on the ground also to deal with the insurance questions. But know that we'll be there till the end. This Friday, I'll likely deliver a comprehensive address of everything that's gone on. But this is an update so that you know that we're taking action now to reunite the pieces of Maui, to get people back together so that they can get what they need. We're there with you. Our hearts are with you. We are heart sick that we've had such loss. But the First Lady and I send our love along with whatever support we can muster for the people of Maui. Aloha.